watching Wyln TV. We're your local network.
Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand, in for Paula Degnan. An arrest warrant was served this morning for Michael Porth regarding an assault that happened October 8th in Berwick. 51-year-old Geraldine Carson was found tied and severely beaten in her home on East 13th Street. She was taken to the hospital where she still remains in critical condition. Police took Porth into custody at the Pleasant View Trailer Court in Salem Township this morning. He was arraigned and bail was set at $500,000 straight cash. He did not post it and was taken to Columbia County Prison. Police are still actively investigating the incident. A former Wilkes-Barre police officer was back in court yesterday. Robert Collins appeared for a motions hearing. He is accused of sexually assaulting 8 women while on duty. Luzerne County Judge David Lupus heard several motions, including what Collins' defense attorney described as an issue with grading the criminal charges. Lupus said that he would give 30 days to both the prosecutors and defense to file legal briefings. Collins' sexual assault cases are scheduled to go to trial. A status conference is set for December 12th. We reported to you yesterday as news broke that state senators in our area are asking for an investigation in the fight to keep state centers open. Senators John Udicic and Lisa Baker, along with Scott Hutchinson and Michelle Brooks, are asking the Inspector General, Bruce Beamer, to look into the process that prompted the State Department of Human Services to call for the closing of both the Whitehaven and Polk state centers. The 4 senators wrote a letter to Beamer stating, "Due to the seriousness of the issue, we believe a full investigation of the department's deliberations and decision-making process is warranted." The senators were troubled that DHS did not consult a single center resident or family member prior to the decision. Senator Lisa Baker said concerned citizens and officials are asking the state inspector for an independent review of the situation. A citizen of Guatemala pled guilty for his role in conspiring to transport heroin back in February of 2018. 39-year-old Cesar Moscaso Sagastum entered his plea October 8th. He was found on Interstate 80 near Hazleton in 2018, where investigators nearly seized 5 kilograms of heroin. He admitted to conspiring with others to distribute between 120,000 to 400,000 bags of heroin between November 2017 and February 2018. United States District Court Judge Richard Caputo ordered a pre-sentence investigation. Moscaso Sagastum is scheduled to be sentenced April 30th of 2020. A Schuylkill County man was found Monday in the early morning hours trying to cut a fuel line on a school bus. A Mahanoy Township police officer noticed Richard Davis under the bus around 2 a.m. He told police that he was cutting the line because he needed gas, though school buses run on diesel fuel. There were no classes on Monday because it was an in-service day for faculty. The superintendent of Mahanoy Area School District says that all of the buses were inspected as a precautionary measure. Davis is facing charges of theft, trespassing, and vandalism. Luzerne County Manager David Pedri gave County Council his preliminary budget for 2020, and it does call for a tax hike. At Tuesday night's County Council work session, Pedri told Council that the budget contains a 5% tax hike and that the increased costs for healthcare and pension obligations forced it. According to Pedri's proposal, the county millage rate would increase from 5.9754 mills to 6.2742 mills, meaning the annual tax bill for a property assessed at $100,000 would increase by $29.88, from $597.54 to $627.42. Pedri said county taxes haven't increased in the past 2 years, but the proposed tax increase would generate an additional $5.25 million in revenue next year. The proposal also projects an increase of $8.5 million in healthcare reimbursements. County Council will hold a series of budget work sessions and hearings prior to adopting the county's final budget December 10th. County Manager David Pedri also has named retired State Police Officer Frank Hacken as the next county coroner. Hacken, who also worked as a captain at the Luzerne County Prison, will now fill the vacancy created after Dan Hughes resigned as coroner last month. Hacken will be paid $63,000 per year, $3,000 less than his $66,000 salary at the prison. Hacken served as a state trooper for 27 years before retiring. He was hired as Hazleton Area School District's police chief in the spring of 2015 and resigned January 2016, citing personal reasons. Hacken will be the third person to serve as county coroner this year. Longtime coroner William Listman retired in March, after which Pedri appointed Hughes as coroner. Hughes resigned abruptly on September 24th, citing a hostile and unprofessional work environment created by his superiors. Hacken's hiring marks a shift in the direction of the coroner's office. Hughes is a funeral director, as was Listman, neither being a law enforcement officer. Coming up on Wyln News, Hazel Township gave the green light for one medical marijuana grower and manufacturer, plus a merger could be in PPL's future. But first, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. Tomorrow looks cloudy with a high of 47 and a low of 40. Same goes for Friday, with a high of 49 and a low of 31. But the rest of the weekend should see a little sunshine peek its head out. We'll be right back.
BLB Auto Sales, a division of Barbush Automotive. BLB has deals that can't be beat. They carry trucks, vans, SUVs, sedans, and sports cars, and all at the lowest prices. Barbush Automotive can handle all vehicle repairs since they do it all. Check out their specials: oil change and filter, just $19.95. Alignment, $49.95. Professional and good people. Call 570-454-7571.
Good choices, and one of those choices is where to go on vacation. I always thought the Pocono Mountains were for winter and couples, but the Poconos are all about adventure. Zip lines, treetop courses, hiking, biking, whitewater rafting, and boating, even world-class accommodations. So make the right choice, the Pocono Mountains, for your next vacation.
Life is full of partners. Your health deserves a partner too.
Justice Grown, which is based out of Chicago, secured its final land development approval for a medical marijuana growing and processing facility in Humboldt Industrial Park. At a rare Tuesday night meeting, township supervisors passed a resolution that grants final approval as recommended by the Township Planning Department. The approval hinges on a legal review of documents and financial security. Now, the firm plans to build a 43,000 square foot warehouse and a 12,000 square foot greenhouse for growing and processing medical marijuana on Lot 35A near Forest Road and Chestnut Hill Drive in Humboldt. Justice Grown also operates a dispensary in Edwardsville. The Tamaqua Area School Board president was asked to step down at a public meeting of the board this week. During the public comment part of the meeting, resident Emily Paisley called for the president to do the right thing and step down. A few weeks ago, Wittig was permanently banned from participating in Olympic sports because of sexual misconduct involving a minor. The allegations against Wittig are from the early 1980s, when Wittig was a rowing coach on the collegiate level. He also coached Olympic crew teams. Back in 2017, several women told the Philadelphia Inquirer that Wittig sought sexual relationships when they were teenagers and athletes at a club where Wittig was a member. At the time, Wittig was married and in his early 30s. Wittig said he was not going to debate the issue and was not going to talk about something that is under appeal. Wittig is seeking re-election this November to the board in Tamaqua. A merger could be in PPL's future. The company is in talks to merge with a Connecticut utility company. The deal is said to be worth an estimated $67 billion, including debt. Several financial news outlets, including the Financial Times, reported negotiations with Avangrid involved combining all or parts of their businesses. If the two companies merge their entire operations, it would form one of the largest publicly traded utility companies in the U.S. According to the reports, the deal would rank as the biggest utility tie-up this year. At this time, A PPL spokesperson would not comment on the story. Pennsylvania State Police Troop N Hazleton's Citizens Police Academy kicked off October 1st. Last night, those in class got to welcome one official, furry special guest. PSP's K-9 unit made a special appearance last night at Penn State Hazleton for Class 3 out of 8. The program is 20 hours in total, and Troop N has had their CPA going for 3 years strong.
It's the opportunity for community members to learn about the Pennsylvania State Police and the different assets we have within our department. Up until graduation, we're full of presenters. We have a cold case investigator who has done cold cases within the Pennsylvania State Police for 20 plus years. He's going to put on a case study from a real case that is cleared to be put out there to the public. He does a great job with that. Our forensic services unit's going to be here. Our CERT team will be here. Our crash reconstructionists will be here. Just different assets within the department people just see from afar. They never get to learn about or talk to.
Trooper Kreidler was front and center to explain what goes on behind the scenes, what it takes to work in the unit, and all the dog training that follows. Last night's official dog on duty was a German wire-haired pointer named Lorax. He's not your typical looking police canine, but as you can tell by last night's demonstration, he's an extremely hard worker when it comes to bomb detection.
It gives us an opportunity to really get to meet citizens that we serve every single day and provide a service to them.
This year's CPA classes run until their graduation, November 19th. An annual banquet will be taking place later this month in Wilkes-Barre. The theme for this year's NAACP banquet is When We Fight, We Win. The keynote speaker is the new Secretary of Pennsylvania's Pardon Board, Brandon Flood.
I think this particular banquet, we're excited about our keynote speaker. He has a very inspirational story to tell. He served as a convicted felon, and he was released, and his rise to the position that he now holds is amazing. And I think it would be a remarkable story for young people especially to see that you can make some wrong choices, but then you can correct those choices by making the right choices.
The NAACP is a diverse organization that focuses on equal rights for all.
We have our executive committee is comprised of people who represent a diverse population. And so we're doing things, we fight for basically to end discrimination, racial discrimination. We fight voter suppression, things of this nature.
The annual Freedom Fund banquet takes place Friday, October 25th at 6:30 p.m. at Gus Genetti's Best Western Hotel and Conference Center in Wilkes-Barre. Tickets are $45 for members and $50 for non-members. For more information, you can call the Wilkes-Barre NAACP at 570-262-1360. Coming up on Hobbies News Choice, it's Wellness Wednesday, and we're talking mammograms and community in you. Plus, Joe Madden goes from a Chicago Cub to a Los Angeles Angel once again. We'll have all the details and more coming up next. Stay with us.
At Grand Central, our family has been supplying your family with quality brand name furniture, mattresses, and appliances for over 3 generations. Whether you choose from our excellent selection of Lazy Boy, Catnapper, or England furniture, or from our fantastic selection of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we guarantee total comfort in every room of your home.
With expert advice,
everyday low prices,
plus interest-free financing for up to 60 months.
From our family to your family.
Grand Central in Hazleton. Everything to make your house a home.
For 4 generations, All-American Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram has been treating their customers like family. Stop in to get the lowest financing options and best service around. Whether you're in need of a Ram pickup or have an active family lifestyle or simply want to show off your fun, adventurous side, All-American Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram of Tamaqua has a wide variety of inventory to choose from. Stop in for Ram Power Days.
Talk to State Farm agent Pete Kazalika today.
Stop in at Two Italian Guys Pizzeria for the best pizza in town, serving a large variety of pizzas, stromboli, and so much more. Open till 3 a.m. Take out or eat in, delivery available. Call 570-459-2783.
Welcome to Wellness Wednesday here on WYLN, everyone. I'm Gary Perna. Today we're on location at the Health and Wellness Center, thanks to our friends at Lehigh Valley Health Network. And every year we come to the mammography department and we talk about making sure you get scanned each and every year. It is so important because we're seeing numbers of people now surviving breast cancer and getting that early detection so much of a big key, and we want to make sure that's always at the forefront here when we're talking about this. As we head into October, of course, it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we want to make sure you have all the information you need about all the great technology here at the Health and Wellness Center. With that being said, I'm here with my new friend, Mary, and we're going to talk about this big machine behind me that's actually between both of us, a little bit of a newer machine. So first of all, I'm going to step back a moment. I'm a brand new patient. I'm walking in here for my first scan. So take me through the steps and really what can patients expect coming into the Health and Wellness Center here?
Okay, well, the patient is registered at the front desk and they are presented to me. I bring them back to its private changing area. They are asked to undress for the mammogram. I bring them to this quiet private room. And I tell them, first off, forget what everyone's told you, because it's not as bad as everyone has said to you that it is. We have a hologic 3D tomosynthesis machine here now. The paddle is smaller than what used to be used before for more comfort. A lot of the ladies say, oh yeah, it's not as bad as everyone had told me.
And these machines have come a very long way from the beginning. They move, they adjust. It can be whatever you need it to be, it will do. So seeing some of the changes with these machines, has it become a lot easier for patients?
It's become easier, and also for the technologist and also for the radiologist who can now see through the breast tissue more clearly. The upper part of the machine moves, so it takes slices through the breast, and then doctor can scroll through that picture and see through the breast tissue more clearly to pick up a lot more changes.
So Mary, we're getting down to scan here. What are some of the biggest questions you get maybe all the time from when we just get done the scan, and what are some of the things that they want to know right away?
How it came out and if we need anything additional, which the radiologist does review them that day or the next day. If we need anything at all, we would call you. You would come back for more pictures in the mammography machine here if we need, and also possibly an ultrasound, which we work hand in hand, mammography, ultrasound together.
So this is, again, for some women, this is a very scary day, especially if it's like their first one, or maybe that they have a family history. So the biggest thing for you guys is just keeping them calm and just reminding them that, you know, this is a process, and we do everything as fast and as easy as we can.
That's correct. We don't know what you look like until you come, so we can't see through you. It would be too easy.
So one of the biggest things is just to make sure you keep getting your scans done. They're very important. Don't put it off. We've talked a lot about this over the last few years here on Wellness Wednesday about making sure that you come in, you get your scans, you get your tests. Mary, if everything is done here, we're done, we're wrapping up, we're on our way out to maybe go back to work or go home. Anything else that you want people to know about their experience when they're coming here to the Health and Wellness Center?
Just to come back next year. It's important. Breast changes a lot from year to year. It's the ones that wait that sometimes we find things that could be bad or.
So again, you guys send out the nice little reminder. So don't file the card somewhere. Make sure you call right away.
That's correct.
And they have such a great staff here. Mary's just one of many of the great people who work here who do this every day. They're very professional and very ready to help you make this an easy test, easy day, so you can get back to doing whatever you need to do throughout the day. Thanks for joining us here on Wellness Wednesday, everyone. We'll catch you next time here on WYLN.
Bonanza Steakhouse, 574 Susquehanna Boulevard in Hazel Township, has an unbeatable buffet filled with something for everyone. Our menu includes the finest flame-grilled steaks, barbecue ribs, chicken, seafood, or sandwiches. You can add the buffet to any entree for a little more. Bonanza features daily specials. Join us Saturday and Sunday for our breakfast buffet that includes our famous omelet and egg station, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m.
You've seen university advertising. A student like me pitching you the same old ideas. But I'm not gonna do that.
Instead, I'm gonna tell you what you can do with a Penn State degree. You can help anyone. Go anywhere. Create! And with 20 campuses to choose from, you'll always feel at home.
Look, Penn State is amazing, but your best years are just beginning. Come find out for yourself.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Make room on your calendars this weekend because Applefest is back once again for another year of great food and finds. The 26th annual Applefest is set to take place this Saturday, October 19th from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Christ Evangelical Lutheran Church on Main Street in Cunningham. Money raised goes toward tons of community projects geared to help out in whatever areas needed, like the American Cancer Society or other outreach programs where needs arise.
Well, when they walk in, they're going to see 30-plus turkey trays and at least a dozen or more gift certificates that they can buy chances for. They'll see all of our handmade crafts that we have worked on all year long, and they'll be for sale.
Their bake sale items, featuring apple pies and dumplings, can be eaten right there, as well as all that the kitchen has to offer, filled with all kinds of great soups, pulled beef, halushki, and more. A new feature this year is their baked potato bar.
So there'll be lots of food and beverages to buy, and we have an assortment of items in our flea market, anywhere from 25-cent room up to $1. Better room, our antique room, which is always a very popular room too. So every room practically downstairs is full of things that you can come in and see.
After last year's Applefest, the crew took a little break before this January, where they started back up again working to make this year's Applefest something special.
We hope everyone comes out and sees us to have a good time, see everything that we have, hopefully find some great treasures, and enjoy some good food.
Once again, the 26th annual Applefest kicks off this Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Christ Evangelical Lutheran Church on Main Street in Cunningham. Hazleton native Joe Madden has been hired by the Los Angeles Angels. Madden and the Angels agreed to terms Wednesday on a deal to reunite the veteran manager with the organization where he spent the first 3 decades of his baseball career. He replaces Brad Ausmus, who was fired after 1 season when the Angels finished with their worst record since 1999. Madden left the Chicago Cubs by mutual consent last month after they missed the playoffs for the first time in his 5-year tenure. In 2016, he led the Cubs to their first World Series title in 108 years. And Wyln TV is proud to announce that once again, we will be hosting a live Hazleton mayoral debate. Tune in Monday, October 28th, when incumbent Mayor Jeff Gassett squares off against Democrat Bob Yavek live at 7 p.m. right here on Wyln TV. The 1-hour debate will be commercial-free. The 2 candidates will be fielded questions from Standard Speaker Managing Editor Andy Heintzelman and our own Paula Degnan. The debate will also be moderated by Wyln TV's news director Gary Perna. Once again, Wyln TV is proud to bring this debate to the residents of Hazleton, and we hope you'll join us Monday, October 28th, live at 7 p.m. right here and only here on Wyln TV. That's the news. Remember, you can get news updates on our Wyln News Facebook page. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next here on Wyln TV.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can